Hi, friends. I'm Rhea. I'm an intuitive channel and an energy healer, and I thought I would drop in today to see if I can tune in to channel a message from my guides, the overseers, for the collective. Hopefully, something pertinent and applicable and helpful to this now moment. Greetings and effervescent blessings, dears. We are here, and we are pleased to join with you in your reality. Indeed, there are much about in the ethers, yes, much about energetically, much turmoil, much emotionality, much fluctuations. And many people are having a difficult time with it. And we would suggest, of course, the simplicity of the fact that in any moment you can decide to tune into your home star station, to anchor yourself firmly, feet upon your Mama Gaia, to connect to your heart-centered presence, and to come into observer consciousness, to detach from these storylines, detach from the emotionalities, detach from the dramas and the happenings and the upheavals, and just to become curious about what is going on within you, how you are feeling, and how you can honor yourself wherever, however you are feeling in each moment, to the best of your ability, how you can care for your physical vehicle amongst the turmoil, what are the precise recipes and requirements that you need to best function within these varying fluctuations and states of frequencies. And we would say most of you require simplicity. Most of you require stabilization and nourishment. Most of you require breath work and to be hydrated, yes. Most of you require to get to choose your point of focus with choosing how you wish to see your life unfold by choosing the feeling state that you wish to embody the most. By that, we mean that with which you find the most amount of enjoyment, the most amount of pleasure. And that can be confusing to you. How may we find pleasure amongst such turmoil? And we would say to choose to find joy and enjoyment would be to offer the counterbalancing energy to the collective who is presently the majority experiencing suffering, experiencing high amounts of emotionality, experiencing overwhelm, experiencing exhaustion. So, to be the counterbalance would be to be the change you wish to see in the world, yes, and to allow for others to join you in your frequency state despite whatever else is going on in the world, based purely alone on how you choose you want to feel. And from there, you will find your nervous system settles, allowing you to gain clarity and coherence enough to know how to meet your needs within every moment upon your living presence on Gaia, yes, as well as how you can best serve your collective. So, some might say that this is a bypass to choose how you feel and to orient yourself in that direction despite all outward turmoil. And we would say, no, this is an act of empowerment. For when you are in overload, overwhelm, you are being affected by the outer circumstances and you are changed by them. This is being the change and allowing that change to emanate and to radiate and to change the external environment from the inside out. And that is a great difference. We say you are not adding to the collective by joining them in their various states of upheaval, overwhelm, or emotionality. You are serving the collective by what type of coherence you choose to feed into the field. Yes, yes. You may choose to feel empowered by choosing your feeling state and by returning to that state once you have processed whatever emotionality arises within context of your creation. Yes. So, we are hoping that this makes sense to you, that you, as the driving force of your life, you, as the dominant creative participant within your experiences, gets to choose that with energies, those energies you wish to emanate. And that is your contribution to the upleveling and evolution of humanity. So it is really as simple as that. If you find that you are unable to hold these states, know that that is fine. Since you are human, this is a game of mastery, and it is quite a high level of difficulty within this level of density, yes, and with the amount of emotionality that is available within this construct. As the Earth game is one rich with emotionality, yes. This vehicle listened to an astrologer speak, of Barbara Hand Clow, speak of how the different endings of the world have occurred due to the Mayan understanding of the apocalypses, as each world has ended by fires, by floods, by lavas and volcanoes, yes. Each time the world ended was by a different element. And this time, the apocalypse is the etheric apocalypse that coincides with emotionality. So this is the most emotional apocalypse ever. So how you caretake yourself while in various feeling states, allow for yourself to fully feel when it is safe for you to do so, of course, and return to your chosen state of frequency, which is how you feel the best, how you feel the most yourself, how you honor yourself within all moments, is the way in which you get to utilize your free will choices to interact with the game in ways that can create evolution from the inside out. Yes. We are hoping this makes great amounts of sense to you, knowing that this is quite an emotional apocalypse. This may be what some consider the whiniest apocalypse ever, as many people are expressing a huge amount of discontent. And while you can be compassionate for them and for yourself within the equation, know that you are not your emotions. You are not the circumstances and events that have happened to you. You are the divine being of light, having a human experience in this here and now. Yes. And the events that have been happening, the emotionalities that have been happening, the coinciding thought patterns that you are moving through and reconciling and resolving each time you choose heart-centered consciousness over your analytical consciousness, yes, you are returning to a state of grace, which is your inherent birthright as a cosmic citizen upon Gaia. So, know that it's really as simple as that. As you reconcile the emotionality through the processing of such, through the acceptance of such, this may require validating your egos and letting yourself know that, hey, it makes complete and total sense to feel exactly how you are feeling in whatever moment. It doesn't need to be understood or analyzed and dissected. And oftentimes when humans do that, you are doing that to attempt to avoid the feeling state through your focusing on the analytical side of things. So know that returning to allow yourself to feel however it is you feel. Name that feeling, feel that feeling. Is it hot, cold, sharp, dull? Does it ache? Where are you feeling this in your body? What does it remind you of? And just move through it for as you sit with it, as you sit with yourself. Just not unlike a child feeling feelings for the very first time. No judgment, just noticing, just noticing. As indeed, as we have spoken before, you are at the end of major cycles, and as such, you are in the process of integrating all lifetimes that have occurred within these cycles. So as you process whatever you are experiencing now, much of these experiences have ancient undertones to them. And as you resolve these happenings, these emotions coinciding with these happenings and events and occurrences, you are healing your timelines. You are, in some ways, rewriting history, resolving everything that has happened during this great cycle, and therefore are learning and gleaning the gifts of all happenings within this great cycle. As indeed, everything is happening to you, not to you, we digress, but through you and for you, a catalyzing force that is for your highest benefit and soul growth and evolution, allowing you to claim full responsibility of yourself as creators within your creation, again, being the dominant creative force in your lives, allowing you to step into becoming stewards of your planetary body and all the natural, friendly fairy folk, animal, kin, and plant beings that are there for your guardianship, yes, as well as eventually to become galactic stewards, where your levels of compassion grant you levels of arbitration as you are able to understand and bridge huge gamuts of emotionality through your willingness to move through what you are going through now. So everything we've said is quite a mouthful, and we hope that at least some of it has landed for you, or at least planted the seeds within your consciousness of the bigger pictures that are happening through what is going through now, what is going on now. Yes, indeed, our vehicle here is experiencing a little bit of the difficulty in assisting us with forming words. However, we feel that we conveyed what was needed to be expressed, and we hope that it was helpful for you to know that, simply put, returning to your heart, honoring yourself within every moment, choosing to be the highest version of yourself, which is the truth of who you are, the divine being of light having a human experience, which is free from what your personality has attributed to the identity that you are currently undertaking, as these are largely belief systems, programs, and conditionings. Who are you beyond that? This is the eternal self. This is the Christ itself. This is the return of the light and presence of your consciousness, fully and completely within density, therefore changing and transmuting density as you allow such. And there we have it. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us, to understand us, to come into this sacred place with us. We have great reverence for you humans during this time, and always are available to bring assistance and perspective